Hello to the backup link. Hi guys, can you hear me?
People, yeah, I can hear, but I think he's still missing some people.
Yeah. Okay, they can unmute themselves, but I'll try starting to unmute people as well. Da-da-da. Okay, good. Let's give them a minute to join.
How many ambassadors do we have?
Okay, I'm a little bit lost because there was a flux in numbers. People dropped off. Then Alex joined as well. So to be honest with you, I'm not sure what the final number is right now. Shouldn't it be like 18?
Yeah, 6 per challenge company, right?
Yeah. Okay. Should be around 18, roughly.
So, and today we have like 9 people, or maybe less, participating. We're still missing Duncan and Fabian and Valerie. No, Valerie's here.
Valerie's here.
Um,
I think that Fabian probably took Duncan on a private chat. Sorry, Salma.
Someone's having an issue with the link.
Oh, really?
So, Fabian and Duncan were in the same team or something in X Culture, or something like I kind of missed like what he said.
Okay, Duncan says he has some issues with the link. Let me see if I can.
Oh no.
Salma, you're going to be my roomie.
Yay.
That's
I saw
nice.
that, yeah.
Oh, Karina, why do you betray me?
Oh no! I mean, it's an opportunity to connect with other people. Okay, you cannot have a monopoly on me.
Okay, it's all cool. You'll be my roomie for 2 nights.
It's going to be Maria's birthday on Monday, July.
Hey, you don't have.
Yeah.
You don't have to announce it.
Yeah, I'm going to announce. I'm going to sing happy birthday to you as well. So be ready for it.
Your birthday is on 15, right?
No, my birthday doesn't matter. Okay.
No, I remember it's on July as well. I'm going to check your birthday.
No.
It's so funny. By the way, we are talking about watching Stampede, but no one actually buy the tickets.
No, I think this is something that we need to check because like we're flying like in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I already sent the ticket link in the group. I already checked the ticket price is around $50 to like $400. But then like if we want to go together, then it should be bought using like one account, and I don't know who wants to buy it.
But do we have a discount if we buy like a bunch of tickets?
Well, I'm looking into that. I haven't had any luck finding promotion.
Okay, maybe Duncan can help us.
Hello.
Duncan is in the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, maybe Duncan can help.
Yeah, because we are
Duncan
planning
owns
to.
Calgary.
Yeah, because we are planning to visit the Stampede, and we are like wondering if there is any discount if we buy like in a group, like a bunch of tickets.
Oh, okay. If you buy a whole bunch of tickets at once, I don't think that there's a big discount, but you can get a Stampede pass, and so as long as you're on the grounds more than 2 or 3 times, the pass pays for itself. So that pass, it does sell out, but if you give me 1 second, I know where to look for that information. Let's take a look. Oh, I should click on the
Oh
deal.
no, my laptop it hangs when I'm converting the recording for the previous webinar.
Yay. It's lucky you guys are arriving early. You might be able to see it. I feel so bummed now that I'm arriving on the 10th and it's going to be straight up to work.
When are you leaving? Which date?
So I'm flying into Calgary on the 10th. Somewhere
Yeah.
I'll be in Calgary somewhere around noon probably. And I'll have to leave on the 20th in the morning. I think I'll skip breakfast. I really couldn't get any more days out of work. My project is at a very critical junction, and the GPM said no, just 2 weeks. That's all you get.
Oh
And,
no. It's
but
like Karina in Miami. She couldn't get any more day off.
yeah, absolutely. But you know what's gonna be fun? I'm not flying back to Sofia. I'm flying back to Bucharest. So it's a Sunday. I'll be over to a concert, and then we are driving
Whoa.
back to Sofia. And Monday I'm at work, so it's gonna be crazy.
All right, so I double checked a
I'm
couple.
sorry guys if you get offended by me drinking from plastic straw. Like I didn't ask for this.
Bad.
Turtles hate you.
Oh yeah.
The oceans
I can
hate
feel
too.
the hate. I can feel the hate. No, I ordered this online. They just gave it to me. I'm like, okay.
Sorry guys, I'm drinking soup right now because I'm really sick.
Sorry to hear.
Okay.
Also, for those who are inquiring about Stampede, I do have some information for you. So you can buy some packages. Now, the fine print of the packages I'm not quite so sure of, but there is something called a flex pack where you're able to get 10 vouchers that can be exchanged for tickets to any of the performances and like for the afternoon rodeo or the evening show. And when you have those tickets, it does give you free entrance onto the grounds as well. So if you're planning to go to the ground, say like twice each, you just need to have 5 people, and then if you all buy in to this package, you should save about 25% off of your ticket price.
That's cool. I think we have 5 at least, Karina, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we should check again in the group.
So like Mada, you, Carlo, Fernando, and me, you, Carlo, Fernando, and Madalena. That's 5.
All right. Well, I sent the link along that has some of that information in it. But again, you might want to send an inquiry to the ticket people in case this doesn't answer all of your questions exactly. Because it would suck to buy it online and then show up and then them say, "Oh no, this is you have like one piece of ID and that's it. It's 10 tickets for one person." I'm sure that is not the case, but it's one of those things. It's helpful to check before putting in the money.
Okay, thanks, Duncan.
No worries. So what is
Thank
everyone?
you, Duncan.
No problem. What is everyone looking forward to the most in Calgary?
To have fun.
You want the generic answer or the honest answer?
Honest and specific, preferably.
I'm looking forward to visiting the Beltline district.
Oh, okay. It's actually it is a very nice area. Lots of restaurants, lots of bars, really great nightlife, and a really great community as well. So I think that you'll enjoy it. But as per the X Culture rules, you want to do that during the free time hours, not during the symposium activity.
Right.
I think we also have like some tours, like during the symposium, you're going to visit the airport, Lake Louise, and the Calgary municipality. And maybe, I don't know if there are any other tours included, but I think there are some touristic points that we are already going to visit during our like working hours.
Yes, unfortunately, the airport tour is no longer happening.
Why?
I believe it was because of for logistical reasons, getting everyone on buses up to the airport and then back. And what the airport was realistically able to provide for a tour is stuff that you would already have experienced flying here. And so for the international students, there wasn't a huge value add. And then for Calgary students, as long as Calgary students have actually been to the airport before, it would be the same thing. So I thought, like, from a financial perspective, it made more sense to reallocate those funds to more meaningful experiences.
So what is the substitute activity?
I would have to double check to say what the substitute activity is for that. I believe it may be actually a little bit more in the way of free time for people to explore the city itself, as opposed to scheduling a tour up to the airport. But I would have to double check on the itinerary to see like what new activities or what differences there were compared against the initial itinerary for that particular time block. But the tour of East Village, like the walking tour, is still planned, and that's for the CMLC Challenge Company, and there is still the Lake Louise tour. So like for the other two challenge companies, there are tours.
Except the airport. That's shame. I really like the tour in Miami airport. That was pretty awesome.
To be honest with you, I'm actually here with Duncan on this point. I mean, I really didn't enjoy Miami Airport that much as the tour. It was interesting from a person perspective, maybe, but not really as part of the challenge. So if we can do something more fun and enjoy the city better, it might be a good idea. I don't know. Are we still looking into doing some line dancing?
Yes, that is the plan for the for the welcome event. The plan is to have sort of a stampede style kind of outdoor barbecue, and then there will also be the opportunity to learn some line dancing.
Oh, this would be epic. We do line dancing in my country, but it's completely different. I mean, from what I've seen in videos, so this is something I'm really looking forward to, apart from Calgary food.
Calgary food.
Well, Canadian food, maple syrup, Nanaimo bars, and everything else.
I'm looking forward to the pancake.
Oh, yeah.
I heard it was
Fantastic. Well, there's also poutine, which is an iconic Canadian dish.
Oh, yes. Poutine and ice wine.
Yes. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check to see what places in the city serve some Canadian ice wines. Then I can pass those recommendations along for non-symposium hours because it's a dry event.
Sure, absolutely. And do you know somewhere in Calgary where we can get some interesting Nanaimo bars?
There are a lot of good bakeries around the city that have, at least to my knowledge, offered Nanaimo bars. But I will look into that specifically for you. I'll make a note of it right now.
Thank you. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And as you can see, you are like responsible for our how can I say this, like all the activities that are not happening like in the symposium agenda, you are responsible of, like you have to have some like Nice suggestions for us.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. And it's a task that's also being delegated to other Calgary ambassadors. So Selma isn't free of this either.
I mean, I've only been here for 4 years. I feel like most of it has been school. I haven't really done anything. So it's new for me too.
That's
Okay,
great.
well,
Well,
cool things.
I think Irene and I sort of talked actually, and then we were sort of concerned with the gym price. Is it really $10 per day?
It is. So it'd be 1050, but that gives you access to all the fitness facilities. So it isn't just the gym. I believe that also gives you access to like the tracks, the pools, the skating rink, the climbing walls. It gives you access to pretty much everything on campus in terms of fitness facilities. Now there is an outdoor gym near the residences where people are staying, and that is free for use. Then we're also going to try and schedule some activities, like say like a soccer game or football game, depending on your terminology, and potentially like a couple other ones. We'll figure out some other games. That might be a poll that we put up into the Facebook group at some point to see what kinds of activities people are interested in, and those would be free for people to participate with.
Okay, that's great because like I've been like calculating with Irene, and then we were thinking if we're going to stay there for like 10 days, and if we're going to use the $10 gym, we're gonna spend $63 just for gym.
Yes, there are if you're planning on using it for an extended period of time, they do have like say I believe it's like a weekly and a monthly pass as well.
Okay, that would be
which
great.
helps lower some of the prices.
Yeah.
Which I can follow.
That would be actually great news for one of my students. She's an athlete. She's training for the Tokyo Olympic. I mean, I was blown away when she mentioned it. So it would be great to know for her that she can have a weekly pass, for example.
Yeah, is her name like Fernia or something along those lines?
It's Federica.
Okay, yeah. She sent me an email as well asking about it, and I sent her a link to like the fitness center fees, like how much it charges for like their packages, and I believe that's the one that included information pertaining to like the weekly and monthly, but it didn't have a daily price. And then Leighton quoted a daily price, and so with all that information combined, I believe that it should be good.
Awesome. That's
Yeah,
amazing of you. Thanks.
No problem.
Great.
Duncan knows everything.
Yeah, he owns Calgary.
Duncan is like a Calgarypedia right now.
I know. He can even give us discounts. Like he just knows, like, oh, is there a discount? He's like, oh yeah, you have. You can have it.
Yeah, I think when Mujan is making the T-shirt, she needs to make you an extra one that says Calgarypedia or something.
And if it could be in like the Wikipedia
Ask
text
me
too.
anything, you know? Like on his back, ask me anything.
Don't
And
ask
on our T-shirt, there should be written like, ask Duncan. Have questions? Ask Duncan.
We'll just have Siri on command too, just in case I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Okay. Yeah. Actually, what are we going to do on the 10th?
On the 10th.
Yeah. Until 15th.
Oh, that is. There are no scheduled activities for that time. It's outside of the actual X Culture time. So there may be some prep for the symposium. Like I think that putting together some of the swag bags is one of the activities that needs to be done. There may also be just some other like miscellaneous prep activities to make sure that everything's all sorted out in terms of like making sure that the residences are ready to receive students. There will probably be some like ambassador team bonding activities so that we can get to know each other a bit better before the actual symposium starts. But aside from that, there isn't a whole lot, so that's a really good opportunity for you to sort of explore the city on your own or as a group, and that way when the symposium starts you have some regional knowledge that you can pass along to the students when they ask you. So that's probably like a really good use of that time, just to familiarize yourself with perhaps like the university campus, so you know where things are, with sort of like the Calgary downtown area, so you know where like most of those key attractions are, and yeah, also just sort of getting to know like your fellow ambassadors and like faculty and those key stakeholders a bit better as well, so that if a student asks something, you know who to talk to or you knew the answer.
I see.
Yeah, sorry, not the most fun answer. Were you hoping for like week like daily socials or?
Okay.
It's happy to delegate that to some of the other ambassadors to set those up. We'll have a couple, but unfortunately for most of the Calgary ambassadors, we all have at least like one or two other jobs that we're working through the summer, either for like volunteer stuff or for like paid internships or things like that. Or some of us are actually still taking like summer classes, and as a result, everyone is quite busy, and so outside of like the purely X culture activities, it can be difficult for them to take on like additional tasks.
Interesting. So I'm expecting for 5 days you're going to deliver a workshop to transfer your Calgarypedia to us.
I'm happy I can arrange a short walking tour. And
Lily is so happy.
I'm
Oh,
enjoying
Duncan.
myself. Come on.
What?
Duncan?
So we could be Calgarypedia Junior overnight training.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I think Fernando has been trying to ask a question for the
Yes.
minute or two.
Sorry, Fernando, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Oh, regarding the communication issues, I was thinking if is any way that we can buy a SIM card close to the university?
Yes. So there's a mall near the university called Market Mall. And in the past, a lot of international exchange students have gone there to buy a Canadian SIM card for their phones.
Okay, great.
Where specifically in the mall they got it, I can't say for certain. I believe they went to a Best Buy kiosk, which is like a technology company,
Yep.
retail chain here in Canada. But I think there are other providers as well. I think if you go to most of the cell phone providers, they can provide you with that service. But what I would recommend is doing a little bit of research in advance just to see who can provide you with the best price for what it is you're ultimately looking for. Given that we're using WhatsApp like to communicate with most people, you probably want to focus more on like a SIM card that will give you more data as opposed to actual like call time minutes or like regular texts here in Canada. And off the top of my head, I don't know what provider would give you that offer the best. So I'd recommend like looking around at some of the like big providers. There's like Rogers here in Canada. There's TELUS. There's Bell. Like those are three like are the big ones, but there are some other smaller providers who may be able to provide you with more competitive prices, maybe such as like Win Mobile or I think Freedom as well.
Great. That's really good information. Thank you, man.
No worries. And then for any ambassadors who are watching this particular webinar, feel free to check those out as well. And if you find one that's a really good price with its amount of data, that probably would be advantageous to just send that into either like the WhatsApp chat or the posted on the ambassadors Facebook group, just so that all the other ambassadors can find it as well.
Okay. I was talking to Mada, And we have that Excel file on the Google Drive, and we have like a column there where we should add the students' numbers. I think some of you are in their WhatsApp groups. So if you already have the number of other students, could you? I don't know if it's possible to edit the file there, but if you cannot edit, just send it then to me because I'm going to consolidate everything. I think it's good to have the student's number just like in case we need to contact them there, if they have any issues or something. So we are consolidating this data. So if you already have this, send it to me. I'll post this message in the group because not everybody's here right now.
Okay. And on the topic of the groups, Karina, would you mind adding me to yours?
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, no problem.
But I'll do it.
All right, sounds good.
Irina, maybe the people who add those numbers, if they have them, maybe just want to ask the students beforehand if it's okay, because it's more or less personal information, and if they'll be using those numbers, because some people might not be taking their personal phones when traveling abroad, and we will end up getting incorrect information.
That's true, because as we are talking here, we're probably going to change our SIM card there. That I think when we change the SIM card, the WhatsApp number is the same, isn't it? Because I have already traveled and my WhatsApp number didn't change.
Okay.
You can choose. You can choose. There's an option actually when you put the SIM card. The pop-out will come out and will say, "Hey, do you want to keep like your new number or you want to keep your old number?" So
yeah, but I think your point is good, Lily. I think I'll put in the group, but maybe we should ask Ferto. Is that okay if we take your number to put in a general file where we have our students' number in case we need to contact you, like during the symposium? Yeah, I think it's a good idea, and also ask if they're going to use this number there. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. I have a question regarding what we are going to do as ambassadors when we go there before the symposium itself. I mean, we have outlined most of the things, but are we going to do some decorations? Will we need to prepare decorations for some of the events? For example, in Miami, there were some signages on the doors for each of the students, and this was prepared, as far as I understood, Karina, correct me if I'm wrong, beforehand by the ambassadors, things like this. So do we need to allocate some time to do that?
That is a good question, and one that I do not actually have an answer to.
I think sorry, for what I understood in Leilani's webinar, she said that we are going to help with this pre-symposium stuff, like creating the swag bags with all the things, helping to organize the rooms and everything. For what I understood, we are going to help with everything.
Yeah, but in terms of like event, like the decoration preparations for that, that may be included there, but I don't want to say anything concrete because I don't know. For the events themselves, I think that the majority of the decorations are actually included as part of like the event setup, and so we won't be responsible for actually doing those decorations. But that's something that some of those specific event logistics are still being ironed out, and so I can't speak to them specifically to say for certain whether or not the ambassadors need to be prepared to like prep like decorations for say the gala or something like that. Once that is confirmed, or once that's like known for sure, that information will be passed along.
Awesome, thanks. Of course, we're helping with everything. Don't get me wrong, Karin. That's not the question. It's just to keep track of all activities so that we don't miss anything. That's my point here.
Maybe like a list of everything.
Yeah. Maybe we could make a list of what needs to be done. so that we have sort of an action tracker. Oh my God, my work is seeping into this. I so did not want this to happen. But it's a good point to have sort of an action tracker to keep what we need to do.
Okay, maybe we should check with the domestic.
We need to have a list of actions.
Yeah, I think right now, like the key thing was just having like the core logistics sorted out. So having like the venue bookings, the catering booked, and then once those core events or those like core logistics were all sorted out for the entire symposium, then the what are honestly like arguably the less critical components were then going to be covered. So I'm sure that like the list of like specific ambassador activities will come out eventually, but at this point, I think that the attention is currently elsewhere. But something certainly worthwhile checking with like Leighton and like Mata and really the entire sort of like organizational team.
Sure. I think it's worth bringing it up. I think next week we have a webinar, all of us together, so we could just bring it up then and sort it out.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Just to let you know, guys, that we have like 8 minutes left until Zoom cuts us off again. So if we want to discuss anything specific and important, now's the time. I'll give you a 2 minutes heads up before all is over.
All right.
I think we have covered everything.
Yeah, and it's also nice to just like see everyone and discuss things that are also things that weren't like core like deliverables as well. So it was really great getting to know everyone a little bit better. Very much looking forward to meeting all of you in person come July. Unfortunately, I will not be carrying over into any like future sessions today. If people are wanting to keep going, that's great. But unfortunately, I do have some things that I have to get to. So these 8 minutes will be my last 8 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure we're not going to have any further sessions because 2 times 40 minutes is quite enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool.
All right.
Okay. So
Fantastic.
yeah.
Thank you,
See
guys. See you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
all.
See you all. Enjoy your weekends.
You too.
you.
Fernando, get better.
Yes, get well soon. Oh, he's already gone. All right. Well, see you all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.